The 2023 May 4th promo had some interesting things in it. And if you were one of the people that got one of these polybag and built this, you know that it probably looks pretty boring when it's sitting on the shelf. So today, I want to fix that. What I'm going to do is take this 16 by 16 base plate, and we're going to turn this into this display to make our X-Wing starfighter make it look like it's actually traveling in one of the scenes from Star Wars that we love. So let's jump into this build. The first thing I'm going to do, apart from having this X-Wing built, because here's one I prepared earlier, is grab all of these black pieces. But here I've got a lineup of black tiles and plates. There's a bunch of colorful ones here. Ignore those, we're not going to use them. But I've got tons of 1x1 studs, all in white. I've got some 1x bricks, 1x plates of 6, 8, 10 length plates. And then here a range of 2x1s, 3x1s, and 4x1s, which will kind of fill in our in-between. I want to get a bit of an outline going for this base plate. So I'm going to start us off with some slightly longer ones because I won't put any stars sort of at the bottom, and these will be some bricks. You know what? It's the fun way to do it. Let's just tip some of those out and line them all up here so that we can get this started. And I'll just start off with one simple layer because then I'll start grabbing a few white studs, and I'm just going to kind of throw these in randomly. There's no particular order that I've got for these. And essentially I want to start building this all up. And I'm not actually going to do all of this. I'm going to time lapse this so that you can run through it pretty quickly. But as going through this, it can be sporadic. It doesn't have to be like all of them right next to each other or a particular amount of studs. Let your imagination run wild and just start filling in blank spaces. And this is where all of your extra tiles come in. You can change them around, mess them up, do whatever. There's going to be lots of interlocking and all that sort of stuff happening as we go through this build. So I'm going to cut to what I hope is going to be a pretty satisfying time lapse, putting all of this together. This is our completed mock. The display looks awesome. Seriously, this is a massive upgrade on just displaying this on a shelf. I'm so glad that I did this. And when you look at it nice and close, you would have just seen through the whole build, all the little star placements. That was completely random. If you're going to do this, just go with where you feel like you want to add stars. It's completely up to your creativity. To look at this now on a shelf, to display it, it looks so much better. Just a couple of things to keep in mind as I went through the build is not to put any stars like right on the edges or in this sort of spine bit because it's covered by both sides of black. Putting the black tiles down, you can put rounded white studs in the base if you wanted to. And then the last thing is to add a few 1x brick and then attaching your X-Wing onto that. The reason that I did just one stud rather than 2 studs across is because that then gives some flexibility to be able to put this on an angle rather than have to put it straight on. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and seeing this mock come together. I'm planning on doing lots more and taking this concept to a much bigger scale in an upcoming build that you won't want to miss. And now, while you're here, if you wanted to see some other builds and some other videos that you might enjoy, check out this one just up here that YouTube is recommending for you.